We're hearing tonight from a Northwest Arkansas woman who says the U.S. immigration systems has failed her. That woman, a U.S. citizen, is working to help her husband gain residency. And now those plans are on hold after he was detained by federal immigration officers on Wednesday. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach is here with why the man's arrest came as a total shock to his wife and their attorney.
Kayla, yes, I sat down with Giselle this morning as her husband sat in the Sebastian County Jail on hold for Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. Giselle asked that we only use she and her husband's first names as she fights for his release.
Y puedo decir hasta hoy que él ha sido un buen esposo, trabajador, 100%, muy responsable en la casa, no tiene vicios. No tiene vicios ninguno. Nunca ha hecho nada criminal aquí. Y es buen padre.
That's how Giselle describes her husband, Julio. Giselle, born in Costa Rica, is now a naturalized U.S. citizen. She and Julio met in 2009 and later married. As a citizen, she's been working to help her husband gain permanent U.S. residency. Susan Duell, a partner at Bogart, Small and Duell and Rogers, represents the couple. She helped them file an I-130 petition, a key step in the process.
It basically establishes a legitimate marriage with the U.S. government and allows, if approved, for the beneficiary spouse to move forward with their application for a visa.
On Wednesday, Duell accompanied the couple as Julio underwent an interview with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services in Fort Smith. His petition was approved on the spot, continuing his pathway to residency.
Tuvimos una felicidad en el momento que le dijeron a él, sí, estás aprobado, la I-30, estás todo bien, te vas a seguir.
But moments later,
y salimos de una puerta y ya nos quitaron esa alegría.
Everything changed.
As soon as we walked out after the approval, there were 2 ICE agents that immediately took Julio into custody. They refused to provide any kind of explanation to Julio.
Duell says Julio has no criminal history or prior deportation orders.
We were absolutely shocked that ICE was there in the first place, but also that Julio was someone that they wanted.
He was booked into the Sebastian County Jail and, according to his wife, is awaiting transfer to a detention facility in Louisiana.
As soon as we are able to do so, we will seek a bond hearing to try to get him bonded out of jail, bonded out of detention, that is, so that we can begin the process of defending him in his removal proceeding.
Duell believes this case shows how the immigration system is failing families trying to follow the rules.
He eminently qualified for the benefit that he is seeking. We just were working that pathway, doing it the way that the law had set out for us to do it. And even those people are now being blocked for being able to legally immigrate when they absolutely qualify.
O sea, estamos haciendo un paso para legalizarlo. Y ellos pues no respetaron, no les importó eso. Y lo arrestaron.
Julio arrived in the U.S. in 2003, has built a life here, and is awaiting the birth of his grandchild. As he remains in custody, Giselle feels helpless.
Estamos como atrapados todos aquí. No somos libres.
And she says she wants to see a system that gives hardworking families a chance.
Sí, darle oportunidad a los que sí pueden, que son personas que han trabajado mucho aquí, que tienen años aquí, que son personas honestas. Eso es lo que me gustaría.
We reached out to Immigration and Customs Enforcement today, but have not heard back. We'll keep you updated. Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Based off of her comments, it sounds like what she's saying is Fayetteville's going to be a sanctuary city. They're not going to comply with ICE or assist ICE in any way. And so to me, that seems to run afoul of state law.
That was Benton County State Representative Kendon Underwood. He's filing a complaint against the city of Fayetteville over Mayor Molly Rawn's statement earlier this week about Fayetteville police. 5 News reporter Laura Kassaman would break down this situation and let us know what the Fayetteville police chief is saying about the controversy. That's coming up in less than 10 minutes. But first, the hot weather returned to the area today. Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert is in the 5 News Center looking ahead. That is a gorgeous sight out there, Scott.
Bad at all. Lots of sunshine out there. There are a few spotty showers to our south. We'll take a live look at those temperatures right now. You'll notice 86 degrees currently in Alma, 89 in Charleston, 90 your number in Springdale, Spiro. Good evening to you folks there. 91 degrees. Notice this, it's a little bit cooler in portions of Scott and portions of Logan County. What's that all about? Well, there were some thunderstorms that developed south of our area, and as a result of that rainfall, it's cooled off the atmosphere a little bit. You notice this green line right here? Well, that's actually what we call an outflow boundary. Those storms producing a little bit of cooler temperatures, and those are rushing out. And you're going to notice some winds likely through Mansfield, Boonville, Charleston soon, Greenwood, and Poto, assuming that outflow boundary continues pushing off towards the north. Not expecting much in the way of anything there. Overall, what we're tracking the next few days is warmer temperatures, lots of sunshine, drier weather. The reason? It's a big old weather pattern change. In fact, we're going to go from spring to summer really quickly. We'll have a look at what it means for your weekend plans right here in just a few minutes.
Today is Juneteenth. It's the newest federal holiday and shines a light on a powerful moment in American history when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, with life-changing news: slavery had ended. Though the Emancipation Proclamation was signed 2 years earlier, many in the South didn't learn they were free until the Civil War ended.
It's a celebration of the last of us who remained in bondage after we were supposed to have been released. And so freedom, final freedom. Go to the events. I'm talking about everybody. Black, white, all shades in between. Listen and see and participate.
NWA Black Heritage is welcoming the community for a celebration they're hosting this weekend. It's the Juneteenth Rhythms of Resilience Festive March and Cookout. It's happening this Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 in Fayetteville. Anyone is welcome to participate. The march starts at 2 o'clock at the intersection of North Willow Avenue and East Spring Street. Well, in Bentonville, Crystal Bridges hosted their Juneteenth event today. The Phi Alpha Omega chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority was there for a day of reflection, celebration, and community. The event also highlighted parts of the museum's permanent collection that explore Black history and liberation. More events celebrating Juneteenth throughout the week in our area. You can get a link to a full list on our website sent straight to your phone by texting the word Juneteenth to the number on your screen, 479-785-5000. Well, a new Arkansas law could make a big difference for families of former teachers who have children with disabilities. Under the previous law, those children couldn't inherit their parents' retirement benefits. But as reporter Rebecca Brown explains, that's now changing.
This is what it's all about.
A new law in Arkansas is offering peace of mind to families who spent a lifetime planning for their child's future, especially those with special needs. The change impacts members of the Arkansas teacher retirement system and creates an option that for families like the Smiths could be life-changing.
I think it's just important to know that what she worked for so many years is something that will be available to him even when we're gone.
For attorney Thomas Smith and his wife Carrie, a retired teacher, this is personal. Their son Grady lives with special needs. Until now, there were limits to how the money Thomas's wife earned could be used to support their son without risking benefits like Medicaid.
We wanted to name our son as the beneficiary of that should something happen to her, but we couldn't because he receives that Medicaid and most importantly Medicaid waiver services, very, very important really life-sustaining treatment. So it really put us in a catch-22.
It's a situation many Arkansas teachers quietly face.
And making those decisions is never an easy one after you've had your career, coming to completion. So when we did find that out, it was a surprise.
Act 363 allows families to place retirement payments into a special needs trust without affecting eligibility for vital services.
So even though in one aspect it's helping us as a family, we're hoping that it will also be a tool that other families throughout the state will be able to utilize.
Carrie says Arkansas's close-knit community made something rare happen: bipartisan action. The effort started with State Representative Les Warren, who says it was clear from the beginning.
A parent needs to know that the benefit that they're getting from their teacher retirement can continue to their child via a special needs trust. There should never be an interruption in that. So it went through the House, well, first the committee, then the House floor, then it went to the Senate committee, Senate floor, governor signed it.
A law that all began with Grady Smith.
Yeah, I like music.
You love school.
Yeah, you do.
What? What? You got that completely wrong, you two.
And Grady didn't hold back when asked how he felt about a law inspired by him.
Y'all went to the government and y'all told them about me and that's it.
As families across the state begin to learn what's now possible, Warren says it's not just a law, it's a legacy.
I just think it's a blessing to living in a small state like Arkansas.
This was just perfect legislation that put it in law so that it could be there for generations long beyond my lifespan or parents in this case.
Rebecca Brown, 5 News.